afternoon, dear everyone, dear sisters. How's everyone doing right now? How are you? You're doing okay? Can you unmute yourself? Say hello to everyone, then we can hear your voice, not only our voice.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Xin chào.
Hi
You. Hello.
Hello.
A lotus flower for you, sisters.
Hello.
May I ask anyone here from Hawaii? Or know of anyone from Hawaii, from Maui?
You've heard the sad news, though.
You're able to contact your loved ones in Maui? In there. Who do we have today, Sister Đính? Which monastics are here today?
We have Sister Nghiêm, of course.
Oh, I hope you are bored of my presence.
And we have Sister Thượng Nghiêm. Some of you may know Sister Thượng Nghiêm from last session. We're so happy to have our sister here. She will be with us for the online session from now on, I think.
She will take over my spot.
Flowers to Sister Thượng Nghiêm. And I am Sister Đính Nghiêm. I will try to help Sister Thượng Nghiêm whenever she needs me.
And usually after this, then we will sing some songs, right?
Yes.
You want to sing a song?
That would be nice, sister.
Thank you. Just want to let you know that we are sitting in the dining hall and we have some uninvited guests, like really uninvited guests, a mosquito
Flies.
and 2 flies. So from time to time, you will see us doing this. It's the flies. Not that Sister Đính does not smell nice. It's a fly. It's a bit humid in here, and for some reason, I think the doors have been open. So we have living beings from outside coming in. Okay, I will share with you the screen of the songs.
And please type on the chat box the song that you want to sing this afternoon. Song number 2, number 1, and number 3. And 3 songs enough. Huh?
Awesome.
So dear friends, if possible, please mute yourself.
You will hear the voice of 3 sisters singing together. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. I am blooming as a flower. I am fresh as the dew. I am solid as a mountain. I am firm
am free. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. I am water reflecting what is real, what is true. And I feel there is space deep inside of me. I am free, I am free, I am free.
Sound number 1. Sound number 1, I have arrived. Please feel that you arrived, totally arrived at this moment. Nothing else carry you away. We are here together. I have arrived. I am home in the here and in the now. I have arrived. I am home in the here and in the now. I am solid. I am free. I am solid. I am free. In the ultimate I dwell. In the ultimate I dwell. I have arrived. I am home in the here and in the now. I have arrived. I am home in the here and in the now. I am solid. I am free. I am solid. I am free. In the ultimate I dwell. In the ultimate I dwell. And we will end the session of sitting meditation with sound number 3, the island within. Whenever we have something that makes us unhappy or overwhelming, or some emotions, etc., then just come back to our breathing, come back to ourselves, and recognize that we have the island within to cultivate the inner peace, to be strong and be peace at ease. There's so many good seeds inside of us that we are heritage from our ancestors. We are beautiful as we are. Breathing in, I go back to the island within myself. There are beautiful trees within the island. There are clear streams of water
water there are birds, sunshine and fresh air. Breathing out, I feel safe. I enjoy going back to my island. Breathing in, I go back to the island within myself. There are beautiful trees within the island. There are clear streams of water. There are birds, sunshine and fresh air. Breathing out, I feel safe. I enjoy going back to my island.
Thank you, sisters and friends that joined the singing meditation. I hope that everyone feel more at ease and peaceful now. And now I would like to invite everyone to come back to your breathing. Relax your mind. Not carry anything, any feeling in your mind. Sit straight but relax. Your feet put flat on the floor. Relax your hands. You might want to close your eyes or keep them half open. Either way to help you easy to follow your breathing. Feel the breathing. During the session of sitting meditation, you will hear your 2 sentences, follow 2 keywords to help you to focus on the practice. And if there are some thought arise in your mind, it's okay. Just simply recognize it, smile to it, and come back to the breathing. I will start the session with 3 sounds of the bell. The sounds of the bell is a very wonderful voice of the Buddha or of a very loved one that close to us, call us back to the present moment. Listen, listen. This wonderful sound of the bell brings me back to the present moment. Breathing in. I know that I'm breathing in. Breathing out. I know that I'm breathing out, in, out. Breathing in, I follow my in-breath from the beginning to the end. Breathing out, I follow my out-breath from the beginning to the end. Following in-breath, following out-breath, all the way through. Breathing in, my breath goes deep. Breathing out, my breath goes slowly, deep, slow. Breathing in, I calm my body. Breathing out, I smile to my body. Calming body, smile to body. Breathing in, I see myself as a flower. Breathing out, I feel fresh. Flower, fresh. Breathing out, I see myself as a mountain. Breathing out, I'm solid. Mountain, solid. Breathing in, I see myself as clear water. Breathing out, I reflect all that is. Clear water, reflecting. Breathing in, I see myself as space. Breathing out, I feel free. Space, free. Breathing in, I know that I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I know that I'm breathing out. In, out. Sisters and friends, the session of sitting meditation is ended. You can open your eyes and offer some massage to yourself, your face, your head, shoulders. Feel grateful to be alive, grateful to have the healthy body. Your hands, your back. You can smile and send love and gratitude to your body. I would like to invite Sister Nghiêm to give the talk today for us. Dear respected teacher, dear beloved sisters, dear beloved friends, today is August 10th in the year 2023. The sisters, we are at Magnolia Grove Monastery, and majority of you are from the United States. And perhaps, may I ask, how many of you are from outside of the US? Could you please raise your hand? Okay, we have 4 or 5 of you. Thank you for staying up late or waking up early to join us. And how many of you are joining us for the first time? Could you please raise your hand? Okay, thank you. We also have some friends joining us for the first time, some friends who have been absent from our session, and today you are back, and friends who come here on a regular basis. So thank you so much for being here today. And at this moment, I think we have about 37 people joining us on Zoom. That's more than the monastics at the monastery right now. A group of us are currently at Blue Cliff Monastery for the US tour, and only a few of us here are left. I think very soon, in 20 more days, we will see some of you at the monastery for the I Have Arrived, I Am Home retreat, and for the healthcare retreat. Spaces for these 2 retreats are still available. If you wish to join us, you still have time to register. Today, I would like to start off my sharing by perhaps chant, "May the day be well," to send a peaceful and loving energy to our friends in Maui and to those who have loved ones that are in Maui. I am aware of the anxiety, the worries you currently have in your heart. The fire there is so bad that people use the word apocalypse. See, it's a word that I don't often say. I don't often see. That's why I'm having difficulty pronouncing it. If someone could help me how to pronounce it, that'd be very helpful. How do we say it?
Apocalyptic.
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 Apocalyptic. It is worse than catastrophe. Yeah, apocalyptic. So we learn new words today, sister. Tận thế. I think if I were to translate into Vietnamese, it's called tận thế. It's like the end of the word. I saw the images, I saw the videos, and a friend sent me a text saying that native people, they're very, very kind and sweet. And for them to experience this and, how they are feeling, thinking about the future is very hard to imagine. So for those of you who know the chant, May the Day Be Well, you are invited to chant with us, to send the healing energy to our friends in Maui. It is something that they did not expect, none of us expect. And the suffering that they're going through right now is very immense. If you feel comfortable, please join your palms with us as we chant together, May the Day Be Well. If you don't know the text, maybe perhaps you can Google it, and we can chant along with us. Perhaps we listen to one sound of the bell, then we chant together. May the day be well and the night be well. May the midday hour bring happiness too. In every minute and every second, may the day and night be well. By the blessing of the triple gem, may all things be protected and safe. May all beings born in each of the four ways live in the land of purity. May all in the three realms be born upon lotus thrones. May countless wandering souls realize the three virtuous positions of the Bodhisattva path. May all living beings with grace and ease fulfill the Bodhisattva stages. The countenance of the Word Honor One, like the full moon, or like the orb of the sun, shines with the light of clarity, a halo of wisdom spreads in every direction, enveloping all with love and compassion, joy and equanimity. Namo Shakya Munaye Buddhaya. Namo Shakya Munaye Buddhaya. Namo Shakya Munaye Buddhaya. Thank you so much, dear sisters and dear friends, for sending your love. Today, I would like to continue on our reflection of the practice of the 5 mindfulness training, and we will study together the 4th mindfulness training, loving speech and deep listening. To me, it's a bit embarrassing to share on this topic because it is a practice I'm very weak at, especially for those of you who know me personally. I would consider this as one of my weakest practices because the fast to react, not slow to respond. My habit of fast to react, interrupting people while they're speaking, and I am someone who is not afraid to share my point of view, and that sometimes can make me feel very guilty afterward, and self-blaming myself after the damage has been done. There's a bell here, please breathe with us. And I really don't like it to share on the topic that I know I'm very weak at, because it's embarrassing. You know, as a Dharma teacher, the times that we share about our practice is we cannot avoid. It's unavoidable. And as someone who is aware of our thoughts, our thinking, our bodily action, our speech, because we practice mindfulness, so we train ourselves to be aware of all of this at once. So to say things that you are very weak at in front of people is not easy. For some of you, you don't have to share the practice with others, but for me and for my sisters, it's something that we cannot avoid. However, it's a chance to do self-shining light and encourage myself to practice this more diligently. And that is a gift of being a Dharma teacher, is to remind ourselves to practice what we teach, to practice what we share, or else we are just selling fake products, which our teacher does not want us to do. And at the same time, I have to admit, it can add pressure on us, right? Yeah. But it's the practice that we do together with the support of the Sangha. So today I will share with you my flaws, my strengths, and also, you know, the difficulties of practicing this 4th mindfulness training. To me, it is the most difficult training to practice. It's very easy for me not to, it's easy to practice protecting life. But speaking is something that we do on a daily basis, and also deep listening. And sometimes we are very content with our practice. There are times we are not. When we practice well, we thank the Buddha, the Dharma, the Sangha, and our teacher. When we don't practice well, we tend to blame ourselves. Don't we? Yeah. And so I feel that the practice of deep listening and loving speech, we need to practice with ourselves first. It's so important. And in the book the Mindfulness Survival Kit, there's a sentence that they wrote I really benefit from. It's like listening to yourself in your meditation. That can be like the first part of practicing deep listening. That should be the first place for us to practice deep listening, is to listen to ourselves in our meditation, in our sitting meditation. What kind of thoughts often come when we are driving in the car, not listening to podcasts or song? What thoughts are we producing? Are we able to listen to them? When anger is arising, what tendency, what is our pattern of thinking that comes up? Or when we react, what do we tend to say? So deep listening and loving speech, we are invited to practice that with ourselves. And loving speech to ourselves is very, very critical and important and needed. Yes, it's very easy to share with other people. I care about you. I love you. I want to spend the rest of my life with you. But are we able to say that to ourselves, to this body, to this soul, to this mind? Even if we don't want to spend the rest of our lives with ourselves, we can't avoid, we have to. There's no division between you and I when coming back to this body, this mind. There's only we, there's only one. So to produce loving thoughts, kind words to ourselves, we're helping ourselves to heal and live a life that is worth living. So please produce kind thoughts, say loving words to ourselves. If we have the tendency to tell ourselves, I don't like you, then perhaps we can learn to rephrase that sentence. I don't like you, but I love you, for example. Yeah, you can say that sentence first, but then add another sentence. I don't like how you react sometimes, but I love you when you practice sitting meditation. You see, these kind thoughts, this loving speech can help us to fall in love with ourselves and to be grateful to life more. Because the purpose of this training, once again, is to alleviate suffering, is to suffer less. So I like to share with you the second mindfulness training. I have a feeling something is wrong with my computer because it's not responding well. So bear with me. Might be
Sister, I think you're having a little internet lag. I could see your video kind of coming in and out.
Yes. It's my battery. So maybe, Sister Đính, can we use your computer instead? I plug in and it seems like it's not charging. That's the problem. Okay. Yeah, just have your computer ready, sister. We might need it. Maybe what I can do right now is I ask Tanya, I will make Tanya, could you be my co-host? And could you help me to read the fourth mindfulness training? Tanya, are you okay with that? Can you help with that?
Yes, sister, I'd be happy to.
Thank you.
Pull it up.
Let me find you first, make you co-host. Okay, Tanya, please help.
Thank you. All right, the fourth mindfulness training. Loving speech and deep listening. Aware of the suffering caused by unmindful speech and the inability to listen to others, I am committed to cultivating loving speech and compassionate listening in order to relieve suffering and to promote reconciliation and peace in myself and among other people, ethnic and religious groups, and nations. Knowing that words can create happiness or suffering, I'm committed to speaking truthfully using words that inspire confidence, joy, and hope. When anger is manifesting in me, I'm determined not to speak. I will practice mindful breathing and walking in order to recognize and to look deeply into my anger. I know that the roots of my anger can be found in my wrong perceptions and lack of understanding of the suffering in myself and in the other person. I will speak and listen in a way that can help myself and the other person to transform suffering and see the way out of difficult situations. I am determined not to spread news that I do not know to be certain, and not to utter words that can cause division or discord. I will practice right diligence to nourish my capacity for understanding, love, joy, and inclusiveness, and gradually transform anger, violence, and fear that lie deep in my consciousness. That is the fourth mindfulness training, loving speech and deep listening.
Thank you so much, Tanya. It seems like my laptop is now charging. Okay. Okay. And Sister Nghiêm laptop is not working properly, so this is all we get. Sister Thượng went to get her laptop. We'll see how this goes. I always have the support from friends and our ancestors. I feel very lucky at times. See, let me share the screen again of the fourth mindfulness training. Okay, please let me know if you are able to see my screen or not. Here we go. Okay. Are you able to see this difference?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. We have three types of energy that we need to preserve. The first one is the sexual energy, which last time we spoke about true love. The second energy we need to preserve and take care of is the breath energy. And the third one is the spirit energy. We know that during the day, when we speak a lot, when we talk a lot, it can be very draining because we are using a lot of our breath energy. That is why it's also very nice to give ourselves a break from talking. To have noble silence time, to set silence aside during the day, where we can come back and breathe and to relax so that the mind, the body can be at the resting mode. We have seen that words have so much power. They can heal, they can break, they can bring peace, they can cause war. In this training, we see that knowing that words can create happiness or suffering, I am committed to speaking truthfully, using words that inspire confidence, joy, and hope. Now let us look into this verse, speaking truthfully. You know how sometimes people say, the truth hurts? Oh, truth hurts. I am someone who speak the truth, and sometimes it hurts people because I'm a very straightforward person, and I tend to speak what's on my mind, and at times I forget the feelings of other people. Please breathe with us. There's a bell here. You know, especially with the xem được rồi sao? Especially with family, you know, no family is perfect. No family is perfect. Yeah, it's okay. It will charge. It will charge. I think it will charge. It's just especially when there's like family drama, or there is something happen in the family and you really want to bring the truth out, and it's very difficult. I remember one time I was having a road trip with my dad and my sister, and there has been something that I know that happens in my family, and it's like up here in my throat. I really want to say it out. Anyone here have experienced that? Right. So I thought this is like the perfect moment. I'm driving on the road on the interstate. My dad and I, we're not looking at each other. We're just looking at the street. So I thought, this is the time, you know? And he was like on fire, and I was on fire too. And I was able to say the truth. But the impact of that truth was not very easy to deal with. I think it caused more separation and distance than bringing us together. So this is the first lesson. Can we share the truth in a way where we come closer at the end rather than distance? This is why speaking the truth requires skill. Let's say if there were days I see Sister Đính very sad, instead of saying to her, "Why do you look so sad? What is wrong with you?" You know, come on, we practice living happily in the present moment. Why are you so sad? Your sadness does not inspire me to practice. Well, instead of saying all this, yeah, okay, I'm speaking the truth, but I'm not very aware of her feelings, I could come to her and I really want to ask her, sister, how have you been doing? Is everything okay? Because there were moments I felt very sad inside, and it showed on my face. And I would hear others saying, Sister Bội Nghiêm looks so sad. But nobody came and asked me, Sister Bội Nghiêm, how have you been doing? So this is an invitation for you. When you see someone sad or the energy is very low, show your care instead of jumping into conclusion of the weak practice. We speak in a way where we can give other people hope, trust, and confidence. Because as we know that words can make people feel very down. You know, as practitioner, we don't go around and kill people with bodily action, but sometimes we kill people with our words. Yeah. And we kill ourselves with the thoughts, with our own thoughts. And so, keep on reminding ourselves that words can bring happiness or suffering. I am becoming more mindful of my speech, and this helps me to speak slower than usual. When we tend to speak so fast, we are not able to catch every word we say, especially when we are angry or when we tend to disagree. I know all of us sitting here value wonderful conversation and deep connection when we interact with people. And when we have moments like that, it's very easy to practice deep listening, right? Yeah. But let's say if we bring politics in, topics that we know that we tend to disagree, this urge of wanting to say, to respond, to react, to interrupt is there. And we know the year 2024 election is going to be very interesting. And it's like we're going to relive the drama, the trauma. So how can we do it differently this time? As for me, I often want to hear other people's opinions. And sometimes I tend to add my opinion after I listen to their opinion. And that is not deep listening. I share with you an example. When I went home, and it was after the Supreme Court made the decision on affirmative action, my brother and I, we were in the kitchen. And I asked him, so what is your thought on the decision that the Supreme Court made today on affirmative action? And he shared his input. Right away, I knew that both of us, we have completely different ideas. I was washing the dishes. He was, cleaning the tables, sweeping the floor while talking about affirmative action. And I could feel my heartbeat was different. In me, there was a lot of dialogue going on. And I wanted to say something back to my brother. But I know that I shouldn't. In the past, I would, but now I shouldn't. Because I did in the past spoke back and it did not lead to anywhere. So this time, I was very mindful of how I scrub the dishes, making sure I'm doing it peacefully and not showing him my disagreement. I was paying attention to being mindful of contemplating body in the body. And that helped me to be calm. Because oftentimes, a bodily action reflect on mental thoughts. This time, I wanted to make it different. So if next time when you are with your loved ones and you tend to disagree on something, take refuge in your bodily action. Remind yourself to do the movements gently as a way to calm your mind and calm your thoughts. And if we are someone who initiate the topic, asking the other person for the topic, then just practice deep listening. Unless that person asks, so what do you think? What is your point of view? Then we will share. And that night, my brother did not ask me that question, so I did not share anything. If he asks, I will share. But then, and I remind myself, he did not ask, so, and if I share, would he listen? Would he listen if I share? It would just be more back and forth, and it's not leading to anywhere. And over the years of practice, I also see that perhaps there are certain topics that are very dear to our heart. For all of us here, it can be meditation and mindfulness. It can be climate change. Helping to lift up, to make sure that the BIPOC community have the same rights and privilege, and also to show the LGBTQIA plus community our support. These are the topics perhaps we care about. But it might not be the same for our family members and our friends. So if whenever we share about these topics and they have a different point of view than we have, there's no need to say much. Because first, it is heartbreaking to know the truth. Second of all, because these topics are so dear to our heart, we don't want to have an argument. It's not worth it right at that moment to even fight for the cause. However, if there is a BIPOC person, a child, an LGBTQIA plus person standing there and they have to hear all these horrible words from our loved ones or from our friends, then at that moment, it is worth it to speak up. But when you are only with them, it's not worth it. It is not worth it. And that's what I learned over the years. Save that breath energy for other time. Because if we're not mindful, they will go against what? Against our love, our care. And they will dislike it even more. That's when it's even more painful. So the practice of loving speech and deep listening is to help ourselves and others to suffer less. And if we know that we are having this disagreement, are we making each other suffer less, or are we creating more suffering? So there are certain topics with our family members we know we tend to disagree. Maybe it's best just to put under the rug for the moment. Yeah, for some time. For some time. And we can find maybe some skillful ways to sneak it in from time to time. That's what I do. This is when we need our creativity, right? In Buddhism, there are 4 kinds of wrong speech: lying, exaggerating or embellishing the truth, speaking in order to cause division, insulting and speaking badly about others. Lying to get what we want, lying to harm other people's reputation, defamation, lying. If we need to lie to save someone's life, yes, lie, if you have to. But if we lie to harm someone, to get what we want, of all the things that we lost that is very hard to get back is trust. I think people can love us again, but for them to trust us again is very difficult, right? Trust is everywhere. Let's say you're a pilot. You're a pilot for a major airline. The company trusts you to fly that airplane. That airplane is in your own hand. But once you did something wrong, or you lie or try to conceal something, that airline can love you, but it will not trust you. So if we want that trust to be there, we can learn to share truthfully, to cover up our mistakes. Of all the fear that we have, to me, I feel that the fear that is worth to be fearful to have is when we make mistakes and we try to conceal it. It's not about losing a credit card that we should be fearful. It's about making a mistake and try to conceal it. It's about not being faithful to your partner and try to conceal it. That should be the greatest fear that we should have. Speaking badly about others. Most of our conversations, we speak about the third person. And when we speak about the third person, we often talk about their negativity. Am I telling the truth or I'm not telling the truth? None of you seem to agree with me, so maybe I'm lying. Yes, so this is a habit that we all have. I also see I have this too. That's why if in a conversation, try to invite each other to say, okay, let's just talk about us. Let's just talk about who is here. What do I know about you? What is it I don't know about you? It seems like the person sitting with us is not interesting enough. That makes us have to talk about a third person. And also, in a thought too, when we are with ourselves, what do we tend to think? Who do we tend to think? Is it only the people that bring us difficulties, or the people that support us or care for us? And when we practice deep listening, we really just listen. We don't need to judge. And we don't need to compare. I love talking to my nieces and nephews. We can have profound conversation. Do you know what it feels like when your niece comes to you and say, "Auntie, I have a secret to tell you." Okay, I'm ready for a ride. I don't know what the secret is, but I'm just happy she's telling me her secret. And that can be something that I totally disagree with. Because, you know, with young people, they're unpredictable. But they're open up to share with me their secret. And I would just sit there and listen. Listen to learn. I think we listen to learn. We listen to heal. We listen to remove a wrong perception. We listen to let that person know that we are listening. And we can listen to topics that are very sensitive, that are very perhaps not often discussed. I can sit and listen to my nieces and nephews on their thoughts about sex. What can I learn from their sharing? And how open they are to share about their thoughts. Yes, at times I have to hold my breath, but I'm willing to sit there and listen and learn. Because it's not often, you know, it's a great joy to hear your family members, especially the young ones, to share their thoughts on this topic. And I'm not there to give advice. I cannot expect them to live a celibate life like me. But what I do know is that, you know, they trust themselves, they trust their partner, they trust the people that they love and respect. So, loving speech is when we are able to water like positive seeds in other people. We can let them know their mistakes in a way that they have the courage, the strength to continue to do what they did, but did do differently. Just like Thầy, our teacher, you know, we made like numerous mistakes. And yet when he like correct us, we don't feel like so ashamed. We feel like, yes, we have another opportunity. We have many more opportunities to do better. And this is the same when we make mistakes. To come back to ourselves and to give ourselves opportunities to do it differently. That's how we can help to heal and to help people to suffer less. And there are moments where we, receive criticism that we don't want to ever do that again. I see this happening. And it's heartbreaking. No matter how many ways you try to boost their self-esteem again, but because of the trauma, they're so afraid. They're so afraid. And we can't just blame them only, because it takes a lot of courage to try something new. And then after that, the destructive criticism is there. It's very hard to continue. So please, if we speak the truth, then let that truth inspire confidence, joy, and hope. And last but not least, when we are in with a group of friends, we ask ourselves, am I the one that tends to speak the most? If the answer is yes, then remind yourself, okay, be quiet and practice deep listening a little bit more. We don't have to be the one who always have to speak the most, like me, right? Yield the space for others, because you'll be surprised by what others share. And when we come with people, we come with a curiosity to learn. Then with these people are very open to share with us what is in their hearts and in their minds, even with a 5-year-old. Like last week, my nieces and I, we went to watch Barbie. I just say the word Barbie and you are all smiling. Maybe you have seen the movie. So I asked my 12-year-old niece, what did you learn from the movie? And she shared that women should have the same equal rights as men. Yes. So to all the men here, please go watch Barbie. You see, in moments like that, I'm just amazed by the thought of a 12-year-old after watching a 2-hour movie. They're able to learn something. And so create opportunities where you ask questions as a way to practice loving speech, and then listen to people's responses as a way to practice deep listening. And choose one sentence in there that you can practice. I am determined not to say anything when anger is manifesting in me. Oh, this one is a tough one. It is a tough one. It's not only anger, but irritation, jealousy, doubts, criticism. When you know this news is not accurate, please don't spread it. So again, words have power. Please use them wisely. Use them to heal, to help, not to create, not to cause division. Because once we say something out, especially the negative ones, people will hold it in their heart. They will not forget it. They will remember how you make them feel. Like Maya Angelou shared, people will forget what you say, what you did, but they will never forget how you make them feel. So it is your words that make people how they feel, and they will always carry that with them. And let us, open our hearts to express appreciation. It's a beauty. And receive appreciation. When someone compliments or show appreciation to you, say thank you. Oh, that's very kind of you. Instead of saying, oh, no, I'm not like that. I don't think I have that. to say thank you. I really appreciate what you share. So thank you for listening, dear friends. And let us listen to one sound of the bell. For those of you who join us on YouTube, thank you for